1892, pneumatic equipment came to Barrie, and it allowed for much faster cutting, but it created a finer dust and it propelled that dust into the air. So then lung health became an issue. So by about World War I era, 1912, 1914, right in there, many people in Barrie were dying. And they attributed it to tuberculosis because, of course, that was a national scourge, and most of the people who died actually had tuberculosis. Or a government-funded program. Most of them were helped by their own relatives. The Italians were a close community here, and the Mutual Club, which is now just a social club in the area, was originally developed to help one another. It began with the purpose of helping young men save money so that they could bring their families over, but when the silicosis scourge began, then they began having fundraisers and helping each other and providing for widows and orphans. The Scots did the same thing. The French Canadians did the same thing. Today we have the Canadian Club. And those social clubs that are just social clubs today really were developed for the purpose of mutual support during these days. Many women survived. So there was a side note to the granite industry, if you would, because the rum running was fairly popular in this area, and the reason was that so many widows had to make a living, and they were left with lots of children and no husbands. And so either they had a boarding house, and if they had a boarding house, they generally needed wine. And so a lot of the Italian women especially produced grappa here.
But yeah, they then sold booze. Because boarding houses are good, but they don't get money the same way. And that really was a big way. It was quite unofficially well known that this was going on. It was really tough because they were really in a catch-22. There was no way that they could support themselves without doing something illegal.
Go, whenever you're ready. Oh, she threw that thing really far.
Get a spare. Yeah. Alright. Pick up the spare.
Got it? Oh, so